Hello again. This is the Watering Man. Spiritual Toolbox number 155. The low chapter, not the low chapter. John chapter 3, recording number 9. Audio recording number 473. And examination table number 135. We'll be continuing in John chapter 3, verse 2. Just a second. Now, start out reading it from the King James Version. It says, "The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher come from God. For no man can do these things, these miracles that you doest, except God be with him." Okay. I want to say a few things before I get into this a little bit more. Now, when we habitually practice things, like habitually practice making these decisions in the eye of these storms of our lives, okay, these difficulties, okay, habitually practicing this causes what is being practiced to be packed down in a person's mind. Like, pack it down, make it solid, like a foundation, so that you can go on beyond those things. Go on beyond those rudimentary things. Those things become easily, be almost automated. What's the answer in this? Oh, okay. Agree to God with all you got. And you know, in more detail, from a different gnosko, understanding of this, okay, at this level, you go on beyond that. You agree to God, He gives the increase, you go to a greater, it doubles, a greater understanding in this area. Okay, and then it does the again, you're up here to 4, then 8, 16, 32. Pretty soon if something comes up like this little bitty thing here, you're just like, of course, Father, I love you. It's almost like you don't even bat an eye at it. It's like the first time you get out there shooting a free throw. Basketball players, take that for instance. Shooting a free throw. First time, they may not even hit the rim or barely hit the backboard or whatever. Shooting that thing. Man, you mean I got to shoot this free throw 15 feet from the basket? What kind of free shot is that? Bonk. They may have their back to the basket, trying to shoot all the way at the other end of the court. What is that, like? The whole court is like, I think it's like 90-some feet, 94 or something like that. They're like, I can't even throw it that far. It's kind of like trying to hit the will of God with your back, trying to go carnal ways, this Nicodemus style, trying to make a basket on the other end of the court. All God wants you to do is shoot this free throw. Turn around. Oh. As you practice, you get better and better. At first, you can't hardly hit 1 out of 10. It's just almost, you might say, it's luck. I made it, but no, it's not. It's just habitually practicing. It's like shooting your arrows, your efforts in God's direction and towards the will of God with all that you have. See, that word, one of the words that they translated in the New Testament as sin, or sinning, sinful, all this stuff, comes from the word harmatia. And it's like giving you a picture of it, like it's an archer shooting these arrows, his efforts, a person's efforts, towards the target, and missing. They missed the whole target, but he's trying to hit that target, right? They translate that harmatia, they translate it means to miss the mark, miss the will of God. Okay? You're trying to hit that target. Now, if you got your back trying to throw like that basketball, way down there to the other end, or plumb down there to where you can't even throw it that far. Maybe you're a youngster, you can't even throw the ball. A young youngster, you can't even throw it that far. And they're asking you to shoot that free throw from there all the way down. That's like a shot in the dark. Your efforts. What you're doing is trying to do it by your might, your power. Hang on a little bit, I'll get throw it one-handed. You don't even make it halfway. You're too weak. God said, do a 180-degree about face, repent. Change the way you think about that. Turn around here and shoot this free throw. This 15-footer, you can do that with practice, habitual practice. Habitually practice it. You'll get it, and you'll get better and better and better. Occasionally, if you do it enough, you'll be hitting 10 out of 10. Maybe not every time, but you'll be getting better and better and better. You'll hit 8, 9, 10 out of 10 shots. Man, you'll be getting 80, 90, 100%. Pretty good. Just like that wave, that sine wave, or that big electromagnetic spectrum, right? You're way out here, you can't no way you're not hitting it at all. It's actually like a spring. When you look like you're hitting it, you're off the mark. You're too deep or too far out. You're not right in that pipeline yet. God hasn't compressed it down. He's not just compressing it this way. He's compressing it all the way around like a spring and bringing you back into that pipeline. The pipeline's like its depth, three-dimensional, like, It's not just that 2D stuff. Two-dimensional stuff, right? Plus, you could even say it's going into as a precise, correct timing of God. So it could even be kind of four-dimensional if you look at it that way. Right in God's precise, correct timing. Like taking not Jehovah, is salvation. No. YHWH. No vowels. To elongate, delay, put it out there in the past. You don't have to deal with it right now. You don't have to shoot no free throws. You don't have to shoot no arrows. You can wait, and I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do it right before I die, and it'll be okay. Looks like you're justifying. And justifying is just a lying to yourself. You're disagreeing with God. In those eyes of the storm, oops, that qualifies you not to enter. Not to get that increase. Oops, it's absolutely not allowed. No screaming, temper tantrum, nothing. That just weeping, wailing, gnashing of teeth. Get out. Get back out there. You're not learning. Get back out there at the free throw line. Shoot these free throws till you can start getting better at it. And then just keep practicing. And oh, by the way, turn around and quit trying to throw it down there beyond your reach. Trying to do it out of your own righteousness, out of your own power and might. Because it's not by your might, your power, but it's by my Spirit. Shoot right here. This is attainable. You're in hot pursuit of this. As a little kid, you can't hardly even throw it from the free throw line to the 15 feet to the basket. Up there 10 feet tall. Actually, when you start, you might have to have it lowered down so you can make it, maybe even get a little closer, right? God will adjust that to where you're pretty good. And that's just using a basketball analogy. Now harmatia is like an archer shooting at a target. that carnal mind, that non-spiritual mind, that alpha dog and hee-haw and donkey and stuff has you shooting in the wrong direction. And it's trying to be king, laughing at you, mocking you, just like they had to have been mocking Noah, who was resting in God. His reliance, he was in God. He was doing what God told him to do. Right in the desert, man, it hadn't even rained there. They're making jokes and mocking and making fun. They're probably having a good old time at Noah's expense. Right? But you're out there shooting free throws or shooting your arrows. That old carnal mind, that old nasty thing inside your head is got to be cracking up, going out there, what I'm saying, hey buddy, what's this? Go over here and tell you a big old lie and stuff. Oh yeah. I'll swallow it, hook, line, and sinker. Eat that hog slop. Oh, it's over here. I'll shoot my arrows over there. And it's plumb over, and you're shooting out here in the wrong direction, shooting trees and all kinds of stuff. Humanistic thinking, wood, right? Right back, what are you doing? What are you doing, my child? Be reasonable. Sit my way. Turn around from that stuff. But that's silly. What are you going to do? Shoot all the way around the whole earth and then come in through the backside and have that arrow do a jump, flip around and hit that target? Or like on basketball, shoot it all the way around the earth and then over the backboard again? Magical, it's magic. That Carl White said, yeah. You can trust me. I'm your buddy. I'm your pal. Like I say, Thomas, this is a good thing. Yeah, do it this way. Turn around, man. Quit being stupid. See, you gotta think right. Put on the right mindedness of God. Put these pictures so that it makes it, that's obvious. What's the matter with that kid? He's trying to shoot his arrow or shoot a basketball, throwing it all around there. There ain't no way. Or throwing it to the other end of the basketball court, and he can't even throw it a third of the way there. He ain't strong enough. Even if he was, his accuracy wouldn't be very good. Right? Oh, he hit one out of a, so he can throw it that far. Oh, he hit one out of 100. That's pretty good odds. Turn around, dummy. Shoot, there you got a 15-foot shot. Nobody bothering you. They're not allowed to. They got to stay on sides of the line. Like the free throw line, they got to stay on the side. They can't even enter it before nothing. They can't block it or nothing. Free throw. It's free, a free shot. God's giving you a free shot in the eye of the storm. Agree with me, my child. It gets still, right? In the eye of the storm, it's that raging and stuff's out here in the storm. Right? In the eye of that storm, it's calm. Time for practice. The rubber's meeting the road, son, daughter. My child, be reasonable, sit my way. Practice. I'm not going to get mad at you if you miss this free throw. But turn around and shoot it. Shoot, at least make a decent attempt. Be in hot pursuit of it. Be in hot pursuit of doing my will. Doing what I'm saying. Coming back to me, seeing me, God, for what I truly am. Your exceeding great reward. The great hero, the trainer, relationship builder. This is a relationship builder. It's your chance to habitually practice it. You're getting experience building it, going from gnosko to epignosko to on up. Bam, 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 bam. It's purifying that. That ball. Now, now, okay, now this calls when you're habitually practicing it, it's Let's read some more of these notes I got here. Help keep me on focus what I'm doing. Okay? This habitual practicing and agreeing to God and shooting them in the right arrows, whether it's arrows, basketballs, whatever you're doing. But this is in spiritual agreeing in the eye of the storm with God, getting the truth of God, who's not a monster. Okay, so this habitual practicing causes the practiced, what's being practiced, to be readily available for accurate handling. Your works, your efforts, right? Your handling. Okay? Your hand speaks words. Accurately handling the word of truth in the time of need. Right in his eyes of storm. Now what's it say in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15? Study to show yourself approved, a worker that needeth not be ashamed, rightly dividing, or better understanding of that, accurately handling. Use it just right here in this analogy, in this metaphor. Hopefully it brings it out better for you. Okay? Accurately handling the word of truth. You're growing in understanding of God. You're hitting the mark. You're getting better at it. Now, it's like being quick to hear in this pressure time. You're coming into this eye, and you're being quick to hear what God's saying. Shutting up that old alpha dog, that beast nature, hee-haw and donkey and all this stuff. Shut that stuff out. Quiet it down in this still small voice. You got a free throw. It's free. Shut all that stuff up. Put a muzzle on that dog and all that stuff. Okay? Listen to that still small voice of God. And be slow to speak. Be quick to hear and slow to speak. James chapter 1, verse 19. If you want to look there. Okay? Now, so be quick to hear what God is saying and slow to speak or react to what that old serpent nature, that old hee-haw and donkey, all that bullshit stuff, your unrighteousness, it's worthless and detestable. It's all done. Don't react quickly to it. So, I better do what it says because, I got the fear of God is the beginning of all. No. Twisting the truth of God to your own destruction. No, be quick to hear what God is saying and slow to react or to speak. Don't, that old carnal nature wants you to act. Stick your foot in your mouth before you even know what you're doing. How this get in here? Pulling your foot out of your mouth. Right. All right. Let's second. Now, so you're habitually practicing agreeing back into, two towards and into, from out of that old poop stand, you're agreeing. Two towards into an E and this way in God's righteousness. Gives a person, gives you as an individual inside. It's becoming your good news. Gospel. Good news. Okay? By doing this, practicing this, you're getting better. You're no longer can hardly make 1 out of 10 free throws or hit the bullseye of God 1 out of 10 tries or 1 out of 100 tries or whatever. You're improving that gospel, that good news of hitting the mark, hitting the will of God, God's choices. He causes all things to work together for you. Right? You love being in hot pursuit of Him. Habitually practice this stuff. Okay? He gives you experience doing this and confidence. It's not longer, it's hope basketball. I'll throw this ball plumb around the world and over top of the backboard and make the basket. I sure hope I can do it. throws it, it goes about 20 feet. Well, didn't make it. Better do it again. What's the definition of insanity? What's the definition of insanity? Doing this, repeating the same thing, doing it over and over and over, and expecting a different result. You got your back to the mark, or to that basketball rim, or whatever you're trying to do the will of God. You got your back to that, and you're trying to do this stuff, and you keep missing. And this idiot thinking in here, this carnal mind bullshit, this your righteousness is filthy, stinking rags. Like it says in Isaiah chapter 64, verse 6. Ew, yuck. That's just terrible stuff. It's dung, poop. They're laughing their butt off at you. Here, want to drop a dog? Try to eat, man. Right, there it is, having a good old time at your expense. Okay? Now, just so use the difficulties in your life, the storms, okay? Okay? To habitually practice hitting the mark of God, making free throws, shooting, hitting a target, getting your efforts into God's right-mindedness. Okay? Habitually practice agreeing, existing back into God. If you don't understand, ask Him. And wait. Wait for them to reply. A lot of times when you just kind of give up on it and just surrender it, and, well, I'll just go on and do it. It's peaceful and try to operate in this love, joy, peace, and midst of any of this circumstances, and all of a sudden the answer will just come. In different ways. You don't know. It's got to be God's will be done. Not my will, but God's will be done. This cup may not pass from you. You may have to go right through it. See what Jesus asked. Father, if possible, let this cup pass from me. He's going to the cross. They're getting ready to come and get him. And he knows it. But nevertheless, not my will be done. Not my choices, but your will be done. I'm thought to pretend I'm never going to believe you again, God. Did Jesus do that? The pattern son? I'm going to say he went to the cross as a dumb lamb, as a mute lamb. He didn't curse and spit and cuss God and blah, No. In total obedience, pushing in. Oh my goodness. Such a high mark. Okay? Showing us the way, the truth, and the life. Walk ye in it. Live, exist in that way. Let that old flesh fall to the wayside. Chop it out. Skim it off. Yes, sir, Daddy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right? And walk, live, exist back into the self-existing one in every part of your thinking. That's what he's doing. He's purifying you. So you can be an overcoming son. He's making his appearance inside your mind. He's returning inside your mind. Not out here, not an outward observation. Nope. Luke chapter 17, verse 20 and 21. He's telling the Pharisees that. No. Not, behold, it's over here, over there. It's without outward observation. No. For the kingdom of God is where? Within you. Get your mind right. God is the greatest hero. Who's not this villain? Right? That's a carnal mind. That each person's carnal mind tries to make him out to be. Okay? Now, so let's read these notes right here. Right? Use this, the difficulties of your life to habitually practice existing and agreeing back into, two towards and into, and the E-N-S in God's righteousness. It's potential rocket fuel. All these hardships and stuff, look at it differently, perceive it differently. This practice time, going to practice shooting these free throws and stuff, is to get your mind right. Turn around first. Shoot a 15-foot shot instead of trying to shoot this crazy shot. And then get better at it. Eventually practice it. Use it as rocket fuel. Don't stop believing. Don't stop practice. Don't stop shooting your arrows, your efforts, in hot pursuit right back to God. Okay? And then, let me read this last note I got here on this little part. I mean, it's taking up most of the video, but that's okay. I have to do this. This is to your benefit and to mine. I'll look over this again. Oh my, pat it down for me. Try and go on. Oh, that's easy. Do that all the time. Because when you're dazed, sometimes in that eye of the storm, you need all the help you can get. You need it to be as easy for you as possible. And without practice, without that habitual practice, if you're out there trying to figure it out on your own, out of your own might and strength, out of your own Nicodemus style power and might, you don't got a chance. They're mocking you and laughing at you. This person's insane. They're insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the mind. They're laughing at you, okay? Alright, just tell that old dog, beat it, just beat it. I'm agreeing to God with all my heart. You beat it, dog, just beat it. Okay? Now, so in other words, here's another little thing, other note here. Do you want a microwavable meal? You just pop it in there, tell me what you believe, what you want from me, and I'll put it up there for 1 minute. Maybe 30 seconds, and if it's cold, it's cold. If it's still frozen, it's frozen. Or do you want a well thought out by God spiritual meal, the meat and potatoes of God, of Him taking you from this one understanding level of it, doubling it to another understanding of it, to another understanding of it. Habitually practice that thing. It's going from 1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16, 32, 64, 128, oh, 256, 512, 1024. Right? If you're at like a level 1024 of your understanding in this marble, God's purifying it down there, and then you get hit with a level 1 or 2, you're like, piss off. You're like, I'm not turning around for you. You ain't worth a crap. You're a big piece of crap. Get out of here. You're just a small piece of crap. I want it. Father, take care of this. Yes, my Lord. Amen. I agree. Sign on contract. I done did. Let's go on. You don't hardly bat an eye at that. How long does it take you to bat an eye? Bat them a whole bunch of times, just a little bit, right? Twinkling of an eye. I'll give you about a nanosecond, about 1/1000th of a second. That's about enough. That's too long. I'm giving you no place. Give that devil, that false accuser, okay, not some monster outside of you, this old poop thinking, give it nothing. Don't give it any time at all. Okay? That precise, correct timing of God is for you to agree with His righteousness. Yes, sir, Daddy. Yes, sir. I'm on it. Let's get it. Habitually practice. Okay? Now, I only got a little bit left, so I want to read this verse, and then again, and then I'll have to start. I'll continue in this later, okay, in this verse, okay? John chapter 3, verse 2 in the King James Version says, the same came to Jesus by night. It's Nicodemus' calf. Shoot your basketball all the way down to the other end. That's what you're supposed to be doing now. It's in your might and your power. And be a hero to all these people in the stands. No. Okay? And okay. The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that you art a teacher come from God. For no one can do these miracles that you doest except God be with him. Okay? I'm not going to probably have much time. I'll tell you what the thing. I got less than a minute. I'll break it down. The first word that they translate the same, 3778, hoitos, okay? I got to sign off. It's time to get it. But hopefully this is helpful, okay? I woke up, God was flooding me. So I was trying to write little notes down. And I'll take you through them. And that's what I'm giving you. Freely I have received, freely I give. I'm not charging $49.95. That's prostituting the gospel. Oh no, don't do that. Okay, that's Spiritual Toolbox number 154, John 3, recording 8. Bye-bye.